7 News at 10.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Erin Rogers. Law enforcement officials and Greenville residents came together today to talk about ways to improve relationships in the area. 7 News reporter Katie Solt has more on what was discussed to create a more unified Greenville.
Is there a protocol for what questions you will ask when you stop people?
It was an afternoon of questions.
I don't know why we do that. We shouldn't do it. We should just go up and tell people why we stopped them.
And answers. The Black, Brown, and Blue Forum brought together Greenville County citizens and law enforcement officers to talk about race relations in the community.
We're taking a proactive stance on this. Right now, there are some areas of opportunity that we see from the police department and the community, but we're taking a proactive stance on this.
Wherever there are conflict points between police and community, we can try and avoid them. But they don't get any better when you avoid them.
The sheriff's office and police department took questions on everything from what to do at a traffic stop to programs available to introduce kids to the law enforcement world. But one of the biggest issues discussed was diversity of officers patrolling the streets.
I do think there are not enough minorities represented in the police force.
When we have the actual patrolling officers, they should look like those that they serve in that actual community.
Chief Miller says the police department has contracted an expert to help them recruit more minority officers. And the sheriff's office says they'll send senior officers to colleges and schools to help recruit potential candidates.
There's a way to treat people whether you're a police officer or whether you're at work. It doesn't matter. It's man and serve. You listen. You don't argue. You're not going to win that argument on the side of the road.
And with some of the questions answered, residents say they're ready for a brighter future and a better relationship with the men and women patrolling our streets.
I think there is hope for good relationships between the African American, Hispanic, and the Greenville police.
In Greenville, Katie Solt, 7 News.
Organizers say they plan to have more forums and community events like this one in the future. We do have an update to a story we told you about last weekend about a pedestrian hit. The Greenville County Coroner's Office says a Greenville woman hit on Pete Hollis Boulevard last Saturday has died. You'll remember the accident happened just after 10 p.m. on November 4th in the 700 block of Pete Hollis Boulevard. The Coroner's Office says 38-year-old Crystal James was hit by a truck as she attempted to cross the road. They say James was taken to Greenville Memorial Hospital, where she died last night from her injuries. The death has been ruled an accident, but the Highway Patrol and the Coroner's Office are still investigating. We have learned Greenville County deputies have arrested a man wanted for attacking a woman and hitting a child with the victim's car in Simpsonville last week. Now, this is a story we've been following since Wednesday. Jail records at the Greenville County Detention Center show 45-year-old Travis Bryant was arrested Saturday. Deputies say it happened Tuesday in the parking lot of the Chick-fil-A on Fairview Road. They say after he tried to drive away, he crashed into a pole and ran off. The child hit was taken to a hospital and later released. Records show Bryant faces 11 charges, among them hit and run, assault and battery, second and third degree, and failure to stop for blue lights. Deputies in Buncombe County say they've arrested a teenager's brother in connection to her death. They say they got the call just after 10:30 last night on Brynwood Drive in Weaverville. After additional deputies were called, they found 18-year-old Kayla Hensley at the bottom of Brynwood Drive. They say they believe this was a domestic incident, and the teen's brother, who is a juvenile, is facing a charge of first-degree murder. Deputies in Anderson County need your help finding a missing man. They say 40-year-old Patrick Kyle Smith hasn't been seen since October 29th. You can see his picture right there. Investigators say he called his mom around 2 that morning to tell her he was having car problems and was walking in the rain waiting for a friend to pick him up. He was last seen near the Stop a Minute on the Highway 29 bypass. If you have seen him, call the Sheriff's Office at 864-260-4400. A toy drive was held today in Greer to remember a woman killed in a bank robbery 14 years ago. The annual Silsel Christmas Toy Drive was held this afternoon at the Clock Restaurant on West Poinsett Street in Greer. The drive is held in the memory of Sylvia Holtzclaw, who was killed in the Blue Ridge Savings Bank robbery in 2003. The triple murder case has remained unsolved. The toy drive provides toys for underprivileged children at Christmas time. Her son says he's still overwhelmed by the community's generosity.
It's humbling
to be honest with you, to see how people that didn't even know Mom come and support this event just because they want to be a part of it and help somebody. It means a lot, and it just shows, I think, the impact that she continues to have in the community.
The toys will be passed out by the Greer's Toys for Tots and Country Santa program. We have an update on the owner of Tommy's Country Ham House in Greenville. Tommy Stevenson had pacemaker surgery on Friday after he fainted on Wednesday and was taken to Bon Secours St. Francis Hospital, according to the restaurant's Twitter page. That surgery was successful. Stevenson was released from the hospital on Friday and rested at home before attending the Furman University football game on Saturday. The popular restaurant on Rutherford Street is known to attract presidential candidates during campaigns. We'll take a look at this video from Kurdish TV. It captured tremors that were felt in their studio in an interview during a newscast. You can see that camera shaking. An Iranian official says at least 61 people are dead in Iran after a magnitude 7.2 earthquake hit near the Iran-Iraq border. An Iranian government official says more than 300 people were injured. No word yet on how extensive the damage from the quake is. Well, this morning, the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs, Texas came together for the first time since a gunman killed 26 members of their congregation. Wei Zhang has the story of how they were remembered for a private service.
Crowds of mourners made their way to Sutherland Springs on Sunday. A week earlier, the town was the scene of the worst mass shooting in Texas history. 26 men, women, and children gunned down as they worshiped inside First Baptist Church. They were remembered at an overflowing Sunday service held in a tent.
I know everyone who gave their life that day, some of which were my best friends, one my daughter.
Among those in attendance was Texas Senator John Cornyn, who said he was struck by the resilience the community has shown.
To see Pastor Pomeroy and his wife there having lost their 14-year-old daughter, and to hear his inspirational words. I saw him standing there at the front of the church comforting others, and he lost his 14-year-old daughter. It's remarkable.
The church itself reopened on Sunday, having undergone a dramatic transformation. Its interior has been painted completely white. The victims are represented by 26 chairs, each with a single red rose on it. Since the shooting, people have been gathering at a roadside shrine near the scene of the crime. On Sunday, one visitor said he was there to celebrate the living as well as grieve the dead.
They don't stand alone. Something like this can tear one individual up, but it doesn't tear up a family, it doesn't tear up the whole. And that's why we're here.
The victims of the shooting began to be laid to rest this weekend, including 4 who were buried on Sunday. Funerals for the rest will take place throughout the week. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Washington.
The pastor of the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs says the church building will eventually be demolished to make way for a new one. Next on 7 News, a dreamy deal for Boeing. Find out how much one airline is spending to buy Boeing's newest plane, one that's only made here in South Carolina. And how to handle an emergency is important, especially for those who can't hear. See how one nonprofit is helping to make sure those who are deaf know what to do in a time of crisis.